Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
For 150 years, American Standard has been the plumber's trusted partner, working together to bring your customers quality, value, and always a quick and easy installation for the #1 toilet brand. While our partnership hasn't changed, our appreciation continues to grow. And it's why we've enhanced our American Standard Plumber Rebate Program, which now gives you even more money back on projects large and small. Learn more at LixwellPlumberRebates.com.
I got a sick reputation for handling broads. All I need is me a few seconds or more, and it's a wrap. I'm be my lack, and I ain't coming back. So you can put a call right there. I'm the truth, and I ain't got nothing to prove. And you can ask anybody, cause they see me do it. Barricades, I run right through them. Used to them, throw all the dirt. It's no use. Still have appeared up in a fabulous room on the back, picking up baskets of fruit. Love you, boo. Yeah, freaky popular too. You know how I do.
You may look at me and think that I'm just a young girl, but I'm not just a young girl, baby. This is what I'm looking for. Sexy, independent, gotta spend it. That's just kidding and stuff. I'm not being too dramatic. That's the way I gotta have it. Oh ha ha, 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 oh ha 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 ha, oh ha ha ha, oh ha ha, oh ha ha, oh ha ha, oh ha ha. Ah, whoa, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. It's Jaden XD.
Woo, woo. Woo woo.
Yes, we're back, here in the year of the stallion. Hopefully you all are well. Hopefully you're finding, peace and solace in whatever the hell we are in.
Hell.
Yeah. But anyway,
it is more of like where you are in hell. Like you are here. Are you on the 3rd floor, the 6th floor at the ice skating rink? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm in men's shoes.
I'm in women's brasiers.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, Blackest Show About Nothing. We have a little bit of news. Well, this whole episode is news, but not in the way that you would think.
No, but in some of the way that you think, but not all of the way. We're just doing current events and shit. We just talking.
We catching up. Last week, we were talking about White Roots. Go get into that.
Still recovering.
Recaps. Yeah.
Okay,
recaps
I have a question for you as it pertains to our own content.
Yeah.
So you had to post a Patreon version only of the White Roots recap on Patreon.
I should explain.
Yeah, I'm curious myself as half of the people who recorded this.
In order. Okay. So between us squirrel friends, advertising dollars in the podcasting space are down.
Oh, yeah.
And so we rely often on Patreon subscribers and YouTube a lot to supplement our business income and things. And
oh, yeah, that's why we sing for our fucking supper on Patreon.
Exactly. $9.99, $12.99, get into them. But in order to ensure that we have the best possible ad outcomes, we have to clean up front-facing YouTube. So for example, and full disclosure, the stark difference between the non-version, not the clean version, and the other version is $50. And so, friends,
$50.
Yeah. Compared to off of from something like there was a $50 increase in our revenue stream. So yeah, which can add it on, right? So I hear you, and it's like, Jada XD, are we selling out to the man? No,
never that.
No. If you want the uncut versions, come down to the Patreon. And it's not just me. It's everybody who wants to ensure that they get those proper ad dollars.
Yeah, that's real.
And because a lot of our stuff gets buried because of the fact that we curse and do a whole bunch of stuff on YouTube. But
it's me. I'm the problem.
So if I can clean up at least the profanity, then we can.
Copy.
Do that. But that was the thing.
Oh, well, this is fun.
And on social, it comes up.
I'm gonna find creative terms.
As you should.
Yeah.
I mean, I always think the bleep is funnier.
I don't mind a bleep personally, but if I call you a motherfucking cunt, bitch, hoe ass trick, then that's.
Exactly. And I mean, you get the explicit versions here on the main stage and on Patreon. It's just anytime it's public on YouTube, just know like our Survivor recaps, whatever else we do at some point, you'll see. It's just, we just can't say the F-bomb,
Okay, I'll come up with
fascism.
I'll come up with everything is fascist.
Creative words.
I will come up with some creative terms and terminologies for fuck.
Yeah. Same Z's.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you guys a free pass, okay? I'm going to give you the opportunity to say one bad word, but you can only say it once and then you can't say it again, okay? So do you know what your bad word is?
Same Z's. Let's do some news real quick. The important news.
Yes. So currently, you all know, it's a shit show over here. Okay. So ICE recently detained a Palestinian student, Mohsen Mahdawi from Columbia University, who had permanent U.S. residency, by the way, and he is in an unknown location. So, and they're continuing to do this. We've seen patterns of this all over the place, where they essentially are kidnapping people. That's what this is. This is kidnapping of the quote unquote legal variety. Also, Israel proposed a new ceasefire proposal, but it requires Hamas disarmament. I don't know if you know what disarmament is, but you can look at the etymology of the word. You can look at the word itself and say, well, I know what disarm means. So yes, it is exactly what you're thinking. They are proposing a ceasefire as long as Hamas hands over and gets rid of all weaponry. Now, here's the thing here. How do you require this of somebody who you have overhead over in this particular department? Like, what are we doing right now? And it just feels like a continued game. You know what I mean? And this is what it is. You all don't want a real ceasefire. You are trying to starve these people out. You are trying to block out all of their aid. Like I told you last week, and it continues on. Those who I rely on the most heavily for news on the ground are quieter and quieter for longer periods of time. And then they'll show up and it'll be a giant relief. And then they're gone for a few days. And it is terrifying because you don't know what has happened to these human beings who do not deserve to live in the fear that they've been living in for the past almost 2 fucking years. Speaking of 2 years, I told you all last week it was the 2-year anniversary of the war in Sudan, the ongoing genocide. The Zamzam IDP camp, which is in El Fashir in Sudan, is now back under RSF control on the second anniversary of the war, and over 500 people have been killed or injured. 400,000 people are displaced by the RSF attack and the takeover, and they're doing things like setting fire to large parts of the camp, holding women and children hostage, just ungodly, unspeakable things. And remember that they're being funded by the UAE. Do not forget that. Sarah, who we speak about often, who is just, I pray for her spirit. You know what I'm saying? Doing this work is not easy. She hosted a fundraiser that we shouted out last week. It is posted on her page. So make sure you go check that out on the ways to find the info and the ways that we can assist. And remember, her page is BS on Blast on social media. So, that is the ongoing updates as to, there's so much more, but we kind of wanted to give you the gist of what's going on because we do not want to forget. We don't want to forget those who feel like they've been forgotten. So,
yeah,
that's that.
Oh boy. Yeah. But other than that, how was your week?
Oh, that feels crazy that's a swing. My week was, you know what? I am grateful for the week that I had. I'll frame it like that. I hosted my first solo dinner party Sunday on a Monday, honoring traditions of Sunday dinner on a Monday evening. And when I tell you, I'm still floating. The people showed up with the best energy. It was the best kind of community that you would want to have at your event. The best kind of energy. Everybody who assisted me, people volunteered their time to help me make this successful. My homegirl Chanel, Mary, my school XD Jonathan, Jenna from Pela Kitchen. Oh, if you're listening to this and you are in Brooklyn, this Sunday, Jenna will be hosting or she'll be doing a cake pickup. And y'all know I've been talking about her cakes for the longest. It's at 2:00 in Bed-Stuy. So it's on my page. It's on her page, Pelah Kitchen, Pelah, also in the description box. Make sure you go get you some of that before I go buy it all. Thank you very much. But because I will. Whitney and George were here with new baby Cairo. Okay. My FaceTime few. He has not seen me outside of his screen. And so it was like, he looked and then he goes, and I was like, I'm melting. But nah, it was really like, and then, my loved ones showed up and showed out. Tristan and Noah came through. Whitney and George and the baby came. Robin, DJ Reborn. Our friends Andy and Crystal, who we worked with at Negril like 15 years ago. Crystal Jean, Drew came. Drew brought his friend Angela, who's at Hell's Kitchen. Make sure you go see Hell's Kitchen. My Juju, who I talk about, the Juju Bay came through. Like all of my Antoinette came through. Antoinette's men. Carl took my pictures. They made their public debut, so I ain't doing nothing wrong. It was my Angie of Ariane's Jewelry. Y'all know that's my boo as well. She came through. Yeah, I was loved and supported, and my homegirl Chanel, I was filled with gratitude. I was like, I know y'all are tired of me saying thank you to you all back here, but even my friend gave me his restaurant to use as the space, like who we worked at Negril with 15 years ago. She goes, this is just a reflection of the way that you show up for community. And I almost lost it. I was like, oh my God. So, I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful. It's coming to a city near you, and I'm working out all the kinks of it, and we're going to try to get this going. And yeah, Chef Jade ready to pop out and show niggas.
We turned the whole house into a booth. We in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big Low come through frying shit. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bad, bitch. Oh God. Let her cook. All this sauce, I'm trying shit. Let me cook.
Yes, that's awesome.
Really pop out and feed niggas. I'm not really trying to flex on anybody.
Yeah.
And then we did a pickup.
There's nothing wrong.
And people came through and picked up gumbo the next day. And I still had more left because I over prepped. So we're gonna do some handouts. I have it in the freezer, for safety, and then I'm gonna thaw it out again, heat it up with some rice, and go hand it out to people who deserve gumbo. And may not have a physical roof over their head, but they deserve a good meal too. So I'm gonna go do that tomorrow, actually.
Good. That's awesome.
I love it, babe.
That's good.
How was your week? What'd you do?
What did I do? My life is a calendar, so I have to look at my calendar and be like, well, girl, what did you do? I worked a lot this week.
Yeah.
Like, I've had an insane amount of meetings and stuff to do. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like I have a lot of things to do. But other than that, that was it. I am getting my diet life together. So I'm also just doing a lot of meal prepping. A lot of because I haven't started working out yet. I've been like, I need to get my diet first. Because honestly, that's the main thing. Working out is fine, but yeah, it's just been work.
Happy belated birthday to Michael Arsenault.
Happy birthday!
Oh yes, happy belated birthday. I missed his party because I took a nap early in the day.
That is the most Taurian.
And I woke up at. Well, I also been having sleep issues. I think I told you I need a new mattress. I don't know what the length of time span is on like all foam mattresses, but I've been like, okay, this is enough. And I think that the next one I'm just going to get a traditional spring situation.
They got the hybrids too.
Yeah, or that. You know what I mean? But I don't know if I could do a new all foam situation. It was cool for what it was, but it's also like it's.
Like I'm grown now. I can't. I need support.
Also, I need. With foam, you get to the base when it becomes hard. Once you get to like the
I can imagine
where you sink and it's as far as you're gonna go. But yeah, I'm really trying to think. Was there anything interesting? I haven't.
Have you been outside? Have you been outside? Okay, good.
Actually, I have. It's just everybody's kind of in like a lull, right? Of like not knowing what to. Also, LA is very hard for me sometimes, and I'm going to explain how I don't want. This is not a cry for help, and this is not a bunch of X. You got to do this or whatever. But like,
that nigga said, "Do not email me. Do not message me. Do not tweet me."
Because I don't have like a group of friends here. Like I have friends here and there, yes, but I don't have like a solid core group of friends here. So therefore my days seem to be a little
That also happens as you as you get older and into routine and unless you intentionally break yourself out of it.
Right. Also, I also realized I lead a different lifestyle than other folks. Like I don't have, I have a partner, and so it's very, people move differently when they have partners, right? And it's like I can't be acting single out here in these streets, and a lot of my friends out here are single in these streets.
I'm a married woman.
Yeah, and it's not even like that. It's just there are some scenarios that friends have put me in, and I'd be like, "Oh, I mean, I'm cool with this, and I can navigate." But it's also like, "Oh, girl,
No, that's real. Do not bring me to a dick sucking party if you know that I can't partake."
Exactly, unless I'm in that type. Let me know ahead of time,
right? Just so I know, I know what I'm getting myself into. So
it's also a lot of people here. LA is in the space where New York was in 2012, if that makes sense. And this idea of like, there's a lot of people like chasing things, like trying to be a part of something. And I guess that's Hollywood nature and spirit,
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Like it's the Hollywood hustle. Whereas like in New York, a lot of us did like the blogging thing early and like we've kind of like moved on in our digital careers, I guess. And so it's a challenge for me sometimes to people be like, oh, you need to be here and there. And I'd be like, girl,
I'm tired. I did here and there and everywhere.
Yeah, I've done here and there. So it's like, I feel like an early retiree.
And a question tonight, is the fun nature of the nightclub scene dying out? Some people have been complaining about how much the culture of the club has changed in the past few years. Instead of dancing, people have their eyes glued to their damn cell phones.
And it's not the fact that I retired, because I have way much more to give in my career and stuff, but it's also like this type of space, I guess, whatever you want to call it, is just not for your girl.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
You know? And maybe it's just my birthday coming up, and me realizing things like Kylie Jenner, but like I don't know.
Waking up in the morning, think about so many things.
Rise and shine.
I feel like that's the same person. Well, let's pay some bills, and then we're gonna move on to some current events and things that have come up in the psyche.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Tell a friend that we are here every week, every Friday. Anywhere you get your podcast. Soon to be Pandora. I have heard your request.
The bracelet?
Because one,
Pandora.
I did not know that podcast could be on Pandora. That was news to your girl. Number two, I realized I had to do some stuff to get around it, but it is coming. So we will have a big announcement. Because apparently Pandora, I love Pandora. I haven't used it in a while, but I love the radio option on Pandora.
I haven't used Pandora since like 2007 at work.
I know, but they have a really good algorithm for.
They had a good algorithm then. It was the commercials, and I don't think I don't even remember if we had the option to not have them or have them.
They do now.
Okay.
They do now.
Okay.
I haven't explored that, but sometimes it should be so good. I don't fucking mind. Like, ooh, I need a break.
Okay, I might need to revisit Pandora.
Yeah, I have. It's especially helpful because I told you I don't like DJ Nigger on Spotify.
My God. Wait, no. Oh my God.
DJ Nigger stock.
Stop. I don't even know who the fuck you're talking about.
Have you ever shared DJ Nigger stock?
No,
do you have Spotify?
I have it. I don't. Yeah, I have it. I don't. Yeah.
Look, open the app. Do you have it? Open the app and then click on DJX and please turn it up so I can hear your reaction of when it talks to you.
I made it free now since I don't use it like that. Okay, hold on. DJ what?
It should come up on the thing like a DJ. It's like a blue thing.
Spotify AI DJ. Okay.
Does it say DJX on the thing?
No, it says Spotify AI DJ. Wait, hold on.
Oh, click on it. It should be on the side.
This right here? Where's the X?
Click play. Click play.
Kill Bill by SZA.
Oh, maybe not then, because there's supposed to be a...
No, turn it off. It sounds like a horror movie. Let's see here.
Oh, also Spotify.
DJX. Here we go. I found this here.
Right.
Okay.
Or no, it should be at the top. Like, no.
Okay.
You might not have it because you have to, because you're a free
I'm free
customer.
now.
That's probably why. Yeah, well, I'm going to play you what it does for me.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing? It's your DJ X ready for another session. Kicking off some good old early 2000s music, starting with Britney Spears.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get...
Oh, Oh, we have to talk about
New kind of stuff coming now. Gonna kick off with In Third. This is your fourth most listened to artist over the last month or so.
So yeah.
This is an AI generated voice.
Yeah.
That's why you call it. Okay. Finish paying the bills, please.
Subscribe to us on Patreon, $9.99 or $12.99 respectively. We have a bunch of shit on there. Love After Lockup, Behind or Beyond the Gate. Oh, not Beyond the Gate. That too. But what's the shit that we called? White Roots. Handmaid's Tale.
Yes.
That's all behind on our little Patreon family. I think I am going to do weekly updates here of Beyond the Gates.
Okay, yeah, do it.
I feel like because you're not going to watch it, so I'll give you a week update on what's gone on in the past.
Okay.
Week.
It'll be like the people who don't watch Love After Lockup listening to us. Yeah.
Yes. But yes, subscribe to us on YouTube. We have reached the 5,000 mark of subscribers.
Ooh,
we should have more. But please subscribe. It helps us out tremendously. As I explained at the top of the episode, indie artists like Jaden and myself are, we're hustling hard and we're not trying to raise prices or anything. So we're trying to do things where we can earn income where it doesn't cost you anything extra. And one of the greatest things to do that would be to like, comment, and subscribe on all of our YouTube.
Yeah.
Or like and comment on all of our YouTube content, either front-facing that are public or even on your on Patreon. Please subscribe and tell friends. It really, really would help us out. Join our Discord. You can find that in the description box wherever you're listening. If you click on the link that says Linktree, people keep asking, where can I see it? There are links there, friends. We're all smart here. So click the link there and it'll take you to anywhere you need to go of anything that we've discussed, whether it be playlists, news information, how to listen to us, and how to support.
And please support because, I'm too old to start selling feet pictures now. So...
Yeah, and I don't necessarily want to sit on the cakes and fart on them if I have to.
I
what I mean?
Though, but I would like to.
I will. I don't want to. My mother's still alive. You know what I mean? And
exactly. Yeah,
no judges. It's just mind judges, and I just don't want to.
Maybe I would sit on all apple desserts. Like it would be apple danishes, apple strudel, apple coffee cakes, apple pies, apple cobblers.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's niche.
Yeah, apple crostadas.
That's
apple tartines.
What's the term? That's nuance. But with that being said, support all things Jaden XD here, now, and forever. And let's take a break. And hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
I realize I'm going to be attacked. I hold my bag more firmly to my side. I grip his wrist, draw his arm forwards and upwards, and place my disengaged arm across his body. In this position, it's quite easy for me to dislocate his elbow. Although his other arm is free, it's quite impossible for him to strike me.
And we're back. This week we're covering hot topics, something that we rarely do. We used to do it in the past when we first started this 11 years ago. This next week is our anniversary, our 502nd episode. We didn't even talk about we reached episode 500 last week.
I told you. Oh my God, this is the first day that we drank off of each other's water glasses.
I think 500 episodes is a huge milestone.
No, it is.
Technically, it's more.
Why I love how you feed into me being a bitch every time. Every time.
I just say, I feel like it's something we should celebrate. It is.
Yes, very much so.
It is.
So, okay, how do you
there's
feel?
Not a lot of folks that have.
How do you feel at 500 episodes?
The same as I did when we started.
Exactly, nigga. Maybe more.
Yeah. Worse, actually.
I've reached my peak of awful human being.
Yeah.
No, we did. We reached
welcome.
500 episodes, and in honor of that, we talked about white roots. I think that's pretty fitting.
Voluntary white oppression.
I mean, it's the world we live in. You know who chooses not to live in that world? The Maldives.
Yo. My grandmother used to love the phrase "get the hell out of Dodge," and when I tell you the Maldives, Bora Bora, gets the fuck out of Dodge. They
said you may not come here if you hold this passport. And I was like, yeah. And then the second thing was like, goddamn, what happens if we are next because we are enablers? I have to only eat it.
Let me tell you something. When I watched the news and this current administration said, oh yes, just because he lives in Maryland, he's a full-fledged citizen or whatever. No, we're not taking him back. Like, no. Completely illegal. They said, no. I said to myself, it's a good time to request a brand new birth certificate and a social security card. Because mine are original. And I realized that more so than ever, we're going to have to prove our... It's always so interesting how me as a queer person or gay person, because I don't necessarily like the term, but me as a homosexual, I always have to prove my identity to people. And I don't think people, and I've had to go through my whole life doing that. And I don't think even there's a privilege of blackness where you don't have to prove your identity at most, except to white people at times, right? So now people are going to have to, of all colors, even white folks are going to have to prove their humanity, right? Like, I don't.
Not as much, but still not as much. No.
I don't know. I feel like we're getting to a place of Aryan nation, right? I feel like we are. At some point, we watch Survivor. We all know at some point people turn on each other.
Oh, let me learn how to make fire. Because I'm saying, in this real world, I'm saying.
There is a reason why I have been watching Survivor for 25 years. I know how to make shelter. I know how to make fire with or without flint. I know how to braid palm fronds for shelter.
I can cook, so I guess it would make a, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
We can make
you gotta
something
have. There's always going to be somebody who, listen, in feudal America, which we're moving towards.
I told you I'm not a fan of end of the world movies. I told you this isn't
in feudal. Who cares about end of the world? This happened in the 14th century. In feudal, whereas we move to feudalist territory, we all gonna have to learn how to like live off the land and you know. Community is going to come in handy way more than you think, you know. It's not just dancing parties with Henny Coladas. It's going to be bartering and cowrie shells again.
We're going to have to make sure we're going to have to get rid of the cannibals first. We got to collectively just euthanize. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be. They're gonna be a hurdle.
I was watching Amazing Race. You and I need to definitely watch Amazing Race, maybe for the ABC show. But like, there was the last one of these episodes of the season. They're in Japan, and they have to throw like ninja stars and darts at like and nails at a canvas like target. Like, and so in my head, I'm like, I need to learn combat.
What do you do if somebody's staring at you and it looks like they have an intent to attack you? So what if somebody's staring at you? What do you do? That is actually a question I had a viewer ask me and I wanted to answer it. I thought it was a wonderful question. And so let's say you're eating. Maybe you're sitting in a...
What do you think I've been talking about for the last several years as it pertains to archery? Niggas don't take me seriously.
Because niggas are flinging ninja stars and shit or whatever, and like they have this little thing when they're like, and they're practicing with these ninjas on the show, and I'm like,
I feel like,
you know, all games aside, this isn't a bad skill to learn.
Y'all better tap into that time when you had to play with them pogs, and you was flinging pogs and all kinds of shit.
The worst game ever.
When I tell you, like. A full scale. It was a disc.
Yeah, it was fucking like.
It was a cardboard disc. It was imagine a Pringles can, but it's full of discs with little characters on them, and it's not like a
little card.
It's not like a baseball card with actual information. It's just the characters of whatever. Power Rangers or Pokemon or whatever the case is. And I never understood how people played with Pogs. I never knew what to do with those.
So apparently it's almost like Jax, where you have the main slammer, which was the thicker plastic piece.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
And your whole goal was to like slam the slammer piece on the thing in order to flip the Pog over.
Okay. So they was playing beer pong.
Like that's is literally what it was. It was a fucking scam, and I have gotten so many Pogs over the years as stocking stuffers, and every time
I never knew to do with a Pog.
They just ended up as shit all over my floor in my closet. Like, you know what I mean? It was just mess.
So you know what I learned? I did not, at the time, I had no clue. Did you know that the Gigapet was the poor Tamagotchi?
Mm-hmm. They're not all the same.
No, that's what I thought they were. I thought they were like, no, Tamagotchi was the
was just not the American version of the...
Let me see, hold on. Difference.
So we got the Equate version.
I definitely had to take a Gigapet between Gigapet.
I had a Gigapet.
And see, this is actual search.
Because remember, you could choose either a cat or a dog.
The Tamagotchi was first.
Yes.
From Japan in 96. And then America, of course, we be behind. Oh, can we just make it plain and clear here at Jaden XD? We don't have no problem with China, okay? We fucks with y'all. Heavy and the wrong way.
And matter of fact, did I tell you I signed up for community college?
Wait, I asked you how your week was, and you told me you took a shit and nothing else. Like, what? Like, you're like, I did nothing. I might have eaten.
I totally forgot. I signed up to learn Mandarin. So wait, okay. Sorry. I did have something to do. Okay. This reminds me, I have to follow up because it was a joke turned reality very fast. So I'm talking to my client and we're talking about savings with having a student discount on things. And I'm like, I could be saving millions if I had a fucking student email address, right? And so she was like, we signed up for a class somewhere and blah, blah. I'm like, oh yeah, why not? Like, Sure. So then I'm looking, and then, you know, I look on the news and I see we're tariffed the fuck down. And then I was like, well, I need to take a class. So Mandarin was available, girl.
Well, Konghe Fat Choi, because...
Now, I'm very nervous because...
Or is that Cantonese?
See, I'm not sure. And that's my concern,
Mandarin.
right? Like, there's so many dialects and there's Cantonese Mandarin and there's other things. And then there's the fact that I have to learn a whole new alphabet.
Oh.
And
okay, wait. How many how many Chinese dialects are there? There's 8.
Yeah.
So
that's 7 too many.
Mandarin, Wu, Min, Jiang, Gan, Jin,
and then,
Hakka, and Yu.
Y'all gon' learn Chinese. Y'all gon' learn Chinese. Y'all gon' learn Chinese. When the pumps come out, y'all gon' speak Chinese. Y'all gon' learn Chinese. Y'all gon' want to be Chinese.
Because it depends on what region of the Republic of China you're in. Or how old you are too. Because I've been watching a lot of Chinese language videos, and apparently some of the dialects are only spoken by older generations because no one is teaching them new things. Like it's very
Wins
how the language works.
Wins Hawanese.
It's almost like a dying language, but it's a dying dialect.
Yeah. Oh, Cantonese is you. Okay, copy. And Shanghainese is Wu. Okay. Into the Wu.
Now, I haven't paid for the class yet. I might switch out and do art history.
No, nigga. Have you been paying?
But I do know I need some sort of armor, and knowing the language is armor.
You better not do no damn art history, nigga. First of all, they still art. They are... You better learn this fucking Chinese.
It's the dumbest course ever. Yeah, I'm going to learn. It's just a lot. You know what I mean? Because at first I was like, oh, I need to just bone up on Spanish and make sure I become like more fluent in Spanish.
Yeah, awesome.
Then I was like, yeah, well, I live here.
Well, there's reasons why you should become more fluent in Spanish. You know, they're dark.
Yeah, yes, but I'm like, based on where we are geopolitically, to partner with our friends in China.
Ni hao.
You know, to show solidarity.
Yeah. Oh, wait, is that Chinese?
Shishi.
Shay, that's thank you.
Yep.
Ni hao Kai Lan.
See, I'm learning.
Oh no, that's a cartoon. Oh no. Okay, listen here, y'all. I don't have an issue. Like you want to take a class together?
Telling you, we need to learn. Just
you wanna, because I'm down. I'm down with the Wu. So like, if you wanna take we should learn Mandarin together.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What's the most useful Chinese to learn? Mandarin.
Yes, Mandarin. Yeah. I think let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
But yeah, I totally forgot. That's why that did happen to me this week.
Now that I signed up for community college, I'm irritated.
Only because it was for a superficial reason, and then I was like, oh no, and then it grew into a larger conversation at home about like, oh, I missed learning something because I was gonna sign up for Coursera stuff, but then I was like, do you get email? Do you get a student discount with
Where
Coursera?
to take Mandarin classes?
I need
New York City.
A university email address. Shit.
Yeah. Can we take it with Babbel?
I'm sure we could.
Whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. Oh, we can't go to that ballet either. The one where always Shen Yun. Shen Yun.
Oh no, it's a cult.
Yeah.
Did you not see that? Oh, did you not see that's a cult?
No.
Like they did like a special on Vice.
Oh no, hold on.
It was absolutely amazingly divine.
One of the most extraordinary evenings of my life. I really mean that. Joyful.
Like amazing.
Usually I'm not speechless. I am speechless today.
It was
Oh yeah, girl.
Shen Yun is a cult. Because they put flyers
right out of
on the
Queens.
bodega windows. Like they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So the China.
That's right out of
Oh, they
Queens.
are banned in China. Wait.
It's a thing.
Oh, an anti-society cult.
Because they are abusive and a lot of SA happens.
So they practice
back
the
there.
Falun Dafa, also called the Falun Gong, which is a mind-body practice
Falun Gong.
guided by the principles of truth, compassion, and forbearance. They meditate together, study teachings together, and believe that cultivating the heart is the way to create art. Interesting.
Yes, and
That's on the Q Aura, and you know how I feel about that site.
yeah, no, it's like
I don't know nothing about it, but it don't
Thursday-
sit right in my spirit.
Yeah, it's run out of Queens. Also, did you know that all fortune cookies, fortunes, they're run out of Queens at all of the world?
Actually, I feel
It's
like
not
I
a
did know
Chinese
that.
thing.
Yeah, I feel like I knew that.
Yeah, it came up in this documentary that I watched. It was either Vice. It was either Vice on YouTube or Vice Land because I have cable now. But yeah, interesting.
Okay. Well, what else is going on here? Oh, the girls went to space.
1, 2, 3, take us space!
Floating.
I
can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
I'm so proud of you. And I know that I speak for the collective because you have been so honest. You've been so vulnerable. And I spoke to your best friend prior to you taking off.
While the Blue Origin all-female spaceflight is back on solid ground, the internet has launched its own barrage of conspiracy claims.
That's right, Sharon. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket successfully launched its first all-female spaceflight on Monday, a mission that marks a milestone, the first all-female spaceflight since 1963.
Let me tell you, several things made me laugh about this thing. Because one, it was like, Gail, Oprah's best friend, Gail, and Katy Perry.
And I don't even know who the other bitches were.
I did not know. Shout out to the black lady aerospace engineer. I don't know your name, but she looks sickening. But other than that, I didn't know who them other folks were. First of all, I'm not riding a cock rocket into space, especially if it's owned by Amazon.
Hello, and then they, you know what they call? They called it. They said that it was fueled by water. Hold on.
I'm fueled by water.
Exactly, me too. What did Solange's profile used to say on Twitter? Water, blood, melanin, bones. It was like, I'm fueled by water. What was the spacecraft Gail King took?
And I also, apparently the mission is literally to make the world a better place by shipping trash and putting it into space.
A liquid hydrogen fueled booster that they said is not supposed to fuck with the earth, but it does fuck with the ozone layer. Make it make sense. So it was a big old can of hairspray.
Exactly. Anytime you combust something, anytime there's flames and smoke or whatever, it's going to damage the planet.
Yes.
Just like anytime smoking, just like they tell you with smoking in general, like it's going to impact your lungs. We're just making that choice. And, Gail came out her mouth to say, they're doing really good stuff. And it's just like you're doing research for people to do space tourism. There's no way I can see how this is beneficial, right?
It's
Like,
not
how
a
is this
fuck
a boon to other people? Because it's like, okay, so you were just priming and ridding this world of its resources so you can figure out how to ruin someplace else.
And you did it in that wig.
Yeah, okay. Now,
all of that and in that wig.
Gail, and you know what? Also, I'm all for space exploration. You know, I do think, I don't think that we as people need to go up there. However, I don't see that there's anything wrong with science if it's scientific. Right?
Science stopped being science in 2010. And that
1965.
True. Actually, yes. Yes.
When we went on the moon and people didn't believe that we went on the moon and they thought it was at the CBS.
No, it's Whitey on the moon.
Hey.
Whitey's on the moon.
Science stopped being science when we invented the nuke bomb.
Oh. Yes, that's when they start using science for wrong. Even though white people have been lying on science for a long time.
Before that, the Tuskegee experiment. Ooh, science has been a problem.
Hello, the light bulb. Okay, you did not invent that. You did not. First of all, I can't take anything that has Katy Perry's name attached to it seriously. Like, I just watched this bitch on Drag Race. What the fuck I'm supposed to, like, come on now.
I am
okay?
so glad.
She got followers like Joella. Like, I'm supposed to take you the fuck seriously?
I was like, outside of all this, I'm glad they made it up there and back safely. But my second worry was that she was going to sing up there and sing Firework.
Oh my God, no.
I was like, oh my God, please don't
do you know
sing.
she has a worse song than Firework? I thought I hated that song the most. And then I was in the supermarket. I was in the supermarket before the event. I had to run and go grab something. And she's got a song. Does she have a song about Las Vegas? She has a song about Las Vegas. Hold on.
Oh, I don't.
No, I'm telling you.
I thought you were going to mention Roar, because Roar is up there with Firework.
Oh, no, those are terrible. No, but this, I didn't even realize this song existed until the supermarket.
This might be a new song.
I wanted to, hold on. Katy Perry, Las Vegas
I do like
song.
her song with Doechii, but I like everything.
Oh, Waking Up in Vegas. Okay, hold on. I'm going to play you a snap. I'm going to play you a Waking Up in Las Vegas. Oh, in Vegas. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get. Yeah. This is. Hold on. They were playing that in the supermarket, and it just kept playing over and over again. Yeah. So
I'm not familiar.
But anyway, like I said, we just watched this bitch get embarrassed by LA's premium Asian drag queen, I think is what he called himself. And so, or called themselves.
Really? That's horrible.
That's what they called themselves.
Why would you false advertise like that?
That was actually what Monet and every single queen who came on the pit stop highlighted when they came on about Joella, is that was LA's premium Asian drag queen. And then they were like, what about Kimchi?
Yeah, what about Kimchi?
They were like, that's bold, baby. That's bold.
Kimchi lived near me.
Do you see how we just went into a whole conversation about Drag Race and Katy Perry went to space? Like, where the fuck do we live?
That's the point. We just... Katy Perry just, no one gives a shit. Like, that's... And
Gail, can we have an honest conversation? Because I don't care if Gail gets on your fucking TV or computer cooking her grits and fucking Jiffy cornbread or whatever the fuck her and Oprah be doing, and then niggas fall into the trap and they're like, look at them, they're just black best friends. I'm like, no, these bitches are not like y'all. They're not like y'all, and they don't like y'all, and they don't want to hang out with y'all. And you are getting duped by the fact that they got a box of the blue and white Jiffy on your fucking phone screen. And you're like, they're just like me, cooking collard greens with me and my bestie. No, the fuck they're not, bitch. One of them just went to space with Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
However, this goes back to me saying that we're on a monolith. Why? Because
no, I said you said we are. I said we're not. Not like Gayle King. No, we're not. I'm not going to space with Katy Perry.
We are. She did it for a check.
I'm not doing that either. You think, do you foresee me saying yes to a fucking check to go to space with Katy Perry and 3 other white women? Do you see me traveling anywhere with a gaggle of white women?
Wait. Because this goes back to my argument about what's your price. If you were presented a space trip,
nope.
However, it was with Stevie Wonder, your child's tuition for college or whatever she chooses to do, paid for, free and clear. Also included free housekeeping for the rest of your life to your standard. Mm-hmm.
God, when were you going to reveal to me I was working with the devil? When were you going to?
So.
No.
They even Luther Vandross is alive and he's on the spacecraft.
Well, he was once dead, so that doesn't motivate me.
Okay, fine.
And the closest I'm gonna get to Stevie Wonder in space is Rocket Love. That is a song. And it is also tattooed on my arm.
This is also hypothetical because he's not getting on the space.
Exactly, and neither the fuck am I.
From heaven, you drop me back down to this cold, cold world. Me running in your rocket gave me a stop.
You wouldn't get on for those reasons.
No, because what happens if I die?
What happens if you die? You wouldn't know.
It would have been a choice because I went to space. I had no business being there. And then this bitch says she felt connected. And when I say this bitch, I mean all of them, honestly. But Katy Perry was like, oh, I felt so connected to love. You felt connected to love? How?
I mean, she had an out of body experience, out of atmospheric
you think they pissed themselves?
Experience. Let me tell you something. The amount of which I would have shat myself, you would have thought my intestines
diarrhea.
Because let me tell you, I would not. I can tell you, I would not. I would not go into space.
But you sitting up here asking me all these ridiculous fucking questions.
Because that's me asking you. You didn't ask me these questions. I was just asking you to see where your head was.
You see,
at.
God,
I was just making conversation.
When were you going to reveal to me?
I was just making conversation.
Look at my weight tray.
You know what I mean?
I love it.
Speaking of which, I have a bone to pick with your community.
Who?
So I went to Marathon Burger. Did I tell you this?
Why? Why I gotta get caught? Why do I have to? No, because we can have an honest conversation. Let's talk about it. Where is it? Is it by the store?
No. It's by where they have the fleet. It's on Melrose. It is in the middle of what would be comparable to Madison Avenue.
Oh, it's like Okay, that's like a dead city, middle of the city kind of situation.
Yeah,
like corporate.
Yeah,
okay.
it's in a fancy area.
Is this why they can't get
it's by our
shipped out on?
Probably, but it already makes it seem like it's kind of like I know that it was going to be expensive going in based off the location.
Okay, we're a burger though.
Yeah, for a burger. $26 for a single combo.
Okay, be honest. Can you imagine a hamburger you'd pay $295 for, loaded with truffles and flecks of actual gold and complete with bragging rights? But why?
Hold on. Okay, hold on. I got to hold on. Marathon Burger.
If you don't know, Marathon Burger is Nipsey Hussle's estate.
Okay, 4.3
burger
stars.
spot.
Okay. It's giving Carl's Jr.'s. Okay.
That's exactly and I was going to get the taste. And it's like, I want to, I don't want to disparage it because it wasn't bad.
No, it doesn't look bad.
It just.
Does it look like the picture?
I could no. It's not worse than the picture, but it does not look like the picture.
Is it a gourmet style burger with a soft bun and tasty beef? That's one of the reviews.
It is a burger with a soft bun.
Let's see.
And the beef was.
It used to be a place called Nomu.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess.
Okay, let's see.
Like, it's in a rich area, but I was just kind of
They said
like,
it's an upscale version of a McDonald's cheeseburger, despite including Fresno peppers and a secret sauce.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It is a fancy McDonald's burger.
It is undoubtedly better quality than the Golden Arches, and also not affiliated with genocide. But the combination of American cheese with ketchup and mustard brought me back. That is a very American-style smash burger situation. Okay. While the burger was pretty good, I didn't...
that wasn't the problem. It was just, I didn't feel special. It didn't feel like a special type of thing. You know what I mean?
It wasn't worth the $20 price tag.
No. If you would have told me, even in this economy, it was $15, okay, I guess, for the combo.
Yeah.
But like $26, bruv.
That's steep for a combo. Almost $30 for a burger combo. That is steep. Now I want a burger.
And this was not ordering. This was in person. So, you know,
listen, I'm all about supporting Black. Stuff is expensive, and I'm all about.
And stuff is expensive.
Let's be clear. If they're in that kind of location, we know who the majority of their customer base is, and you know what? Charge them $26 for a fucking burger and fries. If they'll pay it, charge them. Why not?
That's true. Let's take a break.
My next dinner party, I'm gonna charge white people more than black people.
Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Return now to that remarkable scientific breakthrough. 13,000 years after the last dire wolf walked the earth, scientists say they've now brought them back. Here's our chief national correspondent back up and with the video tonight.
And we're black.
That's what they do with juice. It's higher in the hood than it is in the white neighborhood. I'm doing the same thing. Fuck it.
Well, if you must know, TLC has a musical coming.
Who?
TLC.
Chili's my good.
Crazy Sexy Cool, the musical.
I literally just told somebody how you type their name out yesterday. I told 2 people how you typed their name out actually yesterday. I sure did.
I mean,
you know, Chili is dating the boy from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes, one of the Lawrence children,
the middle one,
and it fully proved my point that she wanted a white man.
So he's MAGA too?
No, he's not MAGA. She's
MAGA.
She's a weirdo.
She's a weirdo. You know what? She's Seventh-day Adventist. I had to figure out what she's Seventh-day Adventist because she got SDA on her thing. Because I was like, yo, this bitch is kicking it with Candace Cameron. Like, what kind of weird shit is this?
Oh my God.
Like, what kind of weird shit is this? DJ Tanner is definitely MAGA.
Oh yeah, I was doing some research for Jaden XD, so there was this video that
What
popped
a ridiculous
up and it was
statement.
like canceled.
Sorry.
I know. But I watched this video called Canceled Reality TV Show of the 2000s because I was like, well, there's content for us. So I'm looking, and Candace Cameron hosted The Swan. You remember The Swan?
No.
Where it was a bunch of misfortunate looking people, and they gave them all makeovers, and they had to compete.
Experts. Laurie came to the Swan programme having been through quite a few ups and downs. Dr. Hayworth, she's had more plastic surgery procedures than any Swan yet. Considering the circumstances, how did she do?
I think she handled it extremely well, and I think the result...
Yes, that's why it's called The Swan. So like they was giving them like nose jobs, veneers, tummy tucks, BBL.
Very top model.
1200 calorie diets. Like it was so disgusting. How it played into like stereotypical like beauty standards and shit like that. But there was DJ Tanner.
Hold on here. The Swan.
The Swan. Yeah.
Do you know that they called that damn space trip like ultra feminism? I'm sorry, I had to bring that back up. They said it was like female empowerment, feminism.
Oh yeah, they called it. They called it. No, because that was the Vulture dragging it. They called it like something core because you know the new term is blank core.
What?
I've learned. Yeah, instead of something saying this is something esque or something like the term.
Oh, is this like when the young people say type? This is type blah blah blah. So now it's not type no more. This is blah 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 core.
Like core means coded essentially. Like this is like Netflix core. I can't keep up.
Anyway, okay, The Swan.
Oh yes.
I just first of all, this one before rating 2.6 out of 10. Wait, let's see why.
Because it's a horrible show.
I mean, it's a horrible premise for sure. I'm just curious to see what they said about it. They said, first of all, there's 56% 1-star reviews. That's insane.
Yeah. Muy horrible.
Anyway, Chili hangs out with them people. And she hangs out with all white people shooting guns at cans and shit outside. And she's not well. And I'm trying to figure out, like, is T-Boz, is this like one of those like false sense of nigga loyalty or what is it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that wasn't really that T-Boz and Left Eye were friends. You know, they found Chili.
They found, right, she was not a part.
Yeah.
So now she's just kind of stuck with her, like it's what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean,
because Left Eye would not be with none of this shit. Or, she would not be with none of this shit.
No.
Because she was on the Dr. Sebi track.
Right. So she would have been on some other weird shit.
Maybe. We don't know. Maybe she would have evolved into...
I told you that Dr. Sebi museum thing I randomly...
Where is this? Dr.
Oh, I told you, right?
Sebi Museum.
Tariq, because Tariq Nasheed has like a museum.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Oh, it's called the Usha Village?
Yeah, it's
Hold
something.
on.
I forget what it's called. I have to
I'm
ask.
looking. I think this is the Usha Village, but hold on. Oh, no, this...
Yeah, Tariq Nasheed has
Okay, hold on.
a museum.
Tariq
Oh, it's on
Nasheed
Jefferson.
And
I could tell you
Dr.
that.
Sebi Museum.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Sebi's name was Alfredo Bowman. Okay, hold on.
Of course.
YouTubers exposed
the
Tariq
Hidden History
Nasheed.
Museum.
Yeah. $2 million.
The Hidden History Museum. That's where I
YouTubers
went.
have exposed Tariq Nasheed's $2 million Hidden History Museum as an event space with posters on the walls.
Yeah.
Tariq supporters reportedly donated $2 million to build his hidden African history museum that would tell the hidden story of slavery in America. According to Tariq, his museum in Los Angeles holds artifacts and material featured in his Hidden Colors documentary series about buck-breaking black men during slavery. He promised to build, quote unquote, an impressive museum that was depicted in an architectural drawing on his social media account, but he actually rented a storefront to hold his artifacts.
Yeah. And when I tell you, the party I went to was like a black gay party, so it was like a big fuck you to
Wait,
him.
Vivica Fox, you said, wait, what?
I went to a gay party in there. So it was like a big
that's
fuck
right. You
to
did say
Tariq
that. 'Cause
Nasheed.
I couldn't remember why you were there.
Yeah.
Oh, so apparently Vivica Fox went to the opening. Wait, this article said, oh no, I just realized where I was at. No, because it says Tariq is one of the more vocal grifters, con artists on social media like Umar Johnson, who make a living from, at least that nigga is entertaining, for various causes that will supposedly benefit the black community. This is on sandrarose.com.
It's time to go.
No, I have a couple more things to tell you.
We are unearthing moles.
No,
from
I did not
past.
tell you how Twista's a ventriloquist now.
What?
Twista is a ventriloquist. Google it right now. And we didn't talk about the de-extinction of the return of the dire wolf.
Ventriloquist. Oh, yeah. Oh, he really is on here on the tube of you.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
With
Put it on the screen.
Oh, okay. Hold
We
on.
have to send it to Abe. Or Abe, look up Twista being a ventriloquist.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Twista, and you can call me Tiny Twista. Who? Tiny T? Short. Damn, really? That's how you feel? Yeah, you're just a temptation. I'm a temptation. Yeah?
What I tell you? Tiny Twista. Yeah. Somebody called him Ventriloquist. Tiny Twista.
What?
He's a ventriloquist.
You know,
I'm not mad at it. I love a multifaceted nigga.
I'm not either. Me either. That's just. Where is Twist? Chicago. Okay.
Somewhere doing his craft.
Yeah. That is. Wow.
When we were listening to Overnight Celebrity, we never thought this nigga would be like Lord of Slappy.
No. I never thought we would catch him down to Fraggle Rock by any means.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. I figured that was the perfect way to end the show.
Oh yeah, all that and the dire wolf thing, which is just literally the precursor to Jurassic Park.
This is white people doing too much because they're trying to bring back the woolly mammoth, and I.
Listen, welcome to Jurassic Park. I'm telling you, that's what's happening.
So who are you? Are you Newman? Or are you like who are you in Jurassic Park?
I am Samuel Jackson. Hold on to your butts, okay?
I'm the Velociraptors in the kitchen. looking for those kids.
The Dilophosaurus that attacked Newman.
Yeah, that's what I am. Velociraptor.
Yeah. I am. I see that. I see that for you. Or
you're like a Brontosaurus.
No, I can't be Laura Dern.
No, you can't be Laura Dern.
I see that.
Do you remember that? Well, I don't know.
Laura
you know what? A scene with her always pops in my head every time I think of her in Jurassic Park. Was this
when she was filling through the Triceratops?
When she had hurt herself and she was ready. Remember she hurt herself. Remember she hurt herself and she was
yeah. Oh shit! Yeah.
Run!
Ellie! And I hated that girl. She just randomly screamed.
I hated that fucking girl.
She would just be like, and it's like, why?
But I will tell you the
Howard Dean
the one part of the movie I always related the most to is after they'd gone through the first part of trauma because there was so much more to come, and they thought they were safe and they were in there eating Jello, and they were like, "Oh my God, it's it!" I was like, "Yes, look at all this foodstuffs," and then they updated.
That little boy
They was like,
over.
"Yeah," and that Jello started moving.
You know, I was talking to Chris yesterday about like sci-fi, and I was like, the funniest thing to me is Star Trek because we were talking about space travel, and I was like, it takes forever to get to somewhere in space, and I was like, if you ever watch Star Trek, most of the show is them in traffic or in transit on the way to some.
They always in the car like Plies.
Yeah, because I was like, Star Wars is so unrealistic because they be planning hopping and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo and be there in 20 minutes. Star Trek, they be traveling down.
They said Star Trek was political. And I'm going to be honest, it's just, I told you I'm not a Star Trek person, but maybe I need to go back and give it like a fair go. Hold on.
Deep Space Nine is political.
Star Trek. What's the premise?
Because also they had a black captain.
Oh, that's the one with the black captain. Wait, so they had a different iteration? Was that the spinoff?
Mm-hmm. Because Next Generation is with Patrick Stewart and all of them.
Okay, hold on.
William Shatner and going on to them. And then Deep Space Nine. Whoopi was she on Deep Space Nine or was she on Next Generation?
So
she was so good.
What's the premise?
Niggas is fighting intergalactically.
Okay. So it's action, but in space. Ugh.
Yeah, but you know they go through some shit. You know,
I told you how I feel about action, and I told you how I feel about space. So,
anywho, friend, we're gonna watch. I'm telling you, we're going to watch Die with a Vengeance. I'm gonna hold your hand, and it's going to be a great time.
What is it you hate? What do you hate?
I don't like horror movies.
Great.
And I don't think you like them either, so.
Nope, I love horror movies. Can't wait to hold your hand through one. It's going to be a fucking time. Have a great week. Go to Patreon. See the videos. Do the stuff.
Bye.
Yes, we're moving on.